Alright guys, as promised, big package here from Heritage. So we'll open it up. Let's see what we got.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Mission complete.
So here is all the stuff that came in that package. We're not going to go through every single book. You can see there's a slab on the bottom. Another stack of books over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the keys as well as just some that are interesting or neat. And we'll go through that one by one. And again, for the price it breaks down, I paid minus the graded book. I got like maybe $2 per book in this lot, so it was a very good deal. So we'll go through them. All right guys, it's a bit of a slow build, but just bear with me. We'll go through these. First book up, this is X-Men Annual 13. This is actually the first cover appearance of Jubilee. You can see right here on the bottom, and it's her second full appearance. It's kind of funny that that's her first cover appearance, but it is her first cover appearance and the second full appearance of Jubilee. Next up, again, nothing too crazy here. This is Spider-Man Adventures #1. This is based off the cartoon that was on Fox in the early mid-90s. It does have the glossy red reflective cover. It's a nice looking book. It's just not, from a key standpoint, it's minor key. Next book up is Spider-Man 52. This is actually the second appearance of Ben Reilly as the Scarlet Spider. So minor key again, but nice book. This is a really high grade. I mean, it's a 90s book, so it's easy to find 90s books in high grades. The next one, we have 2 issues of Spectacular Spider-Man 200. This is the death of the Harry Osborn version of Green Goblin. So, death is definitely always in quotations because comic book characters die all the time, come back, and something else, is a hidden mystery as to how they actually died. It wasn't really them. So this is the death of the Harry Osborn Green Goblin. Again, it's the holographic, shiny, everything in the 90s looked like that cover. The next book up is Sensational Spider-Man 0. It's got the lenticular. You can see if you move it, the picture on the cover changes. Just Spider-Man jumping at you. So this is Ben Reilly actually becomes Spider-Man in this book. So he had been the Scarlet Spider. In this issue, he becomes Spider-Man. Again, minor key. Cool book though. It's a good looking book, and it's in excellent shape. So this is probably a 7.5-ish copy. It's got some browning here. I might be able to get that out with some hop. I don't know. It might not even be worth doing, but this is Hulk 377. This is the first Professor Hulk. So I'm assuming, not a spoiler, you've seen the Avengers movies where Professor Hulk shows up in Endgame. So this would be the first Professor Hulk. The next book is one of my favorites. This is one of the books that really got me into comic book collecting. This is Marvel's #4, the lenticular cover. So this is just an iconic Alex Ross cover. You see it's got the clear, not lenticular, acetate cover. I always like these books. They're very hard to get graded high because these scratch so easily, this acetate. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it, there's a scratch right down the middle. But again, for $2, it's definitely worth it. Just a cool, awesome early Alex Ross book. The next book, if you haven't seen before, you're not actually a comic book collector. X-Force 1. Both sealed in the bag. There's only 70 million of these, so nothing real exciting on those two, but for the price, can't beat it. And then my favorite book in the entire lot, because I am a child of the 80s and 90s, Beavis and Butthead #1. A lot of people don't know this is actually also the first appearance of Daria. So if you're a kid of the 90s, you watch Beavis and Butthead, you probably watched the spinoff Daria. Again, a high grade copy. This is probably a 9.8. I'll check it out really good. And if it looks good, I'm going to send it off to CGC. We're going to get that graded just because it's, you know, it's more for me than anything. It's not like it has a lot of value. I think a CGC 9.8 of this probably goes for 120 or so. But just for my own nostalgia, definitely will want a 9.8 of this book. All right, so the next group of books are all part of that same lot. And again, about $2 a book. So keep that in mind when we're looking at these. These are all Neal Adams art books. So either he did the cover or did the interiors on them. So this is X-Men 59. It is the first appearance of Dr. Lycos. In the next issue, in issue 60, he becomes Sauron. So the big green bird from the Savage Land. So again, awesome, cool Neal Adams cover art. I'm a big Neal Adams fan. I really like his stuff. So next up, another really cool, iconic cover. This is X-Men number 56. And this just, the big key to this is it's an iconic Neal Adams cover. So very much in his style. Just a cool book. Really sharp. This is probably a 7580-ish range book. So really high grade. That one will probably get cleaned up and sent off to CGC. The next book, again, continue with Neal Adams. This is Green Arrow, number 89. So again, just a classic Neal Adams cover with, you know, the crucifix on it. This was a big time in comics, a lot of crazy. They were more edgy, and so obviously a crucifix on the cover on an airplane. Pretty controversial cover, but awesome Neal Adams work. Again, this is a really high grade book too, 8.5-ish. The next book up is Green Lantern number 78. This is the third Green Lantern, Green Arrow titled book. It's the third one where they were teamed together as Green Lantern, Green Arrow in the comics. And again, awesome Neal Adams artwork. Next up, we got some Batman. So this is actually kind of double cool in that it's Batman number 241. It's an iconic, cool Neal Adams cover. But this is actually the first time that this Batman logo was used in comics, which became a very prominent, very popular Batman logo. So this was the first time that ever appeared in anywhere. So they used this for quite a few years before changing it again later on. This is the first time they used it. And then the last one of the books is Batman 237. This is the first appearance of the Reaper. This cover is actually inspired by Bernie Wrightson and Harlan Ellison. It's the horror type cover that you would have seen on some of Bernie Wrightson's stuff. But again, Neal Adams did the artwork. Very cool, very iconic cover. All right, next up, we got a couple of interesting books. And again, these are a little bit, I'm sure you've seen them if you're a collector, but they're a little bit not so mainstream. So first up, Spectacular Spider-Man Magazine #1. This is just, it's an oversized book. It's a magazine. Iconic cover painted by John Romita. This one's actually John Romita Sr. and Harry Rosenbaum. And then issue number 2. This one, I believe, is just John Romita on the cover. You can see it's a little bit smaller book. Good 3/4 of an inch there. Probably a 1/4 inch over there. But this is Spectacular Spider-Man Magazine 1 and 2. And if you'll notice the inside, it says now in full color in issue 2. And issue 1 was all black and white. So again, just some cool early John Romita Spectacular Spider-Man artwork. The last thing I got to show you from the magazine group that I got is really interesting. This is the Marvel Mania International Glitz Goodies set. So it's not actually the magazine. It's a set of the monthly subscription page you can order. You can go through and send where you can order blanks, tear them off. So this shows you what's enclosed in the kit. You got 12 8.5 by 11 full page illustrations, which are these here. You can see it's just the covers. This one's a little brown. Different covers of the books from the 60s and 70s. Actually, these look like they're all 60s. They're all 12 centers. So I think this actually came out in 1970. So yeah, it's got all the covers or all the scans of some of the original artwork. These are just photocopies. These aren't, you know, these aren't original artwork pieces. But just some cool, interesting little thing here. You don't see stuff like this very often. When you do, it's usually beat up and not complete. This is actually complete, has everything with it. You see X-Men 53, 54, some Nick Fury. Marvel Collector's Item Classics. Some more stuff. There's an interior page there. Some interior pages from some other stuff. Looks like this is probably some more interior artwork. Then you get some larger interior pieces. Yeah, it's just really interesting. Like I said, this isn't something you see very often. I'll be honest, I've been collecting comic books for 30 plus years. I've never seen this before. I've seen the magazine, the actual magazines, but I've never seen this kit of all the stuff that comes in it. Yeah, so just really interesting stuff. You know, it's lucky some kid didn't go and color these, because as a kid I would have loved to like have my color and my crayons, color all this stuff. Nice Silver Surfer there. Yeah, just really interesting stuff. Love this. If you can read this, you're too darn close. You see the Mandarin fighting Tony Stark, Iron Man, little Namor. These bigger ones, full size ones, are really cool. Yeah, just really interesting, unique stuff. And like I said, I mean, as a kid, who wouldn't have wanted to color this page? I mean, that would have been a blast. Little Galactus and Silver Surfer by Jack Kirby, the King. Another Jack Kirby FF cover. And then Marvel Superheroes, classic Marvel Superheroes. So again, just a really cool, not so common thing I thought I'd share with you guys that I got picked up in this lot. That's definitely going to stay here as a PC item just because it's so unique. All right, this last book up, you guys, if you've watched my videos before, you'll probably say, Johnny, I just saw you open one of these the other day that was raw. And you did. And I'm still going to send it to get graded. But I got a great deal on this, so I couldn't pass up. X-Men number 10, CGC 7.0 off-white to white pages. It does have some 10-cent stamps here, so it looks like when it came out, they put it on sale. It got you a 2-cent discount. It's actually, I think the raw copy that I showed in my last video is a little bit nicer than this one, so that's kind of makes me hopeful maybe I'll get a little bit higher in the 7.0. Sometimes I'll crack and press these, repress these. I'm not going to crack and repress this one. I think 7.0 is a very good grade for this book, and I don't think I could improve it any. But overall, it's going to go on the wall that you've seen, I hope, in some of my other videos. But just all in all, really cool book. Add to my X-Men collection. So until next time, guys, thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate you coming on. Really appreciate you guys that have subscribed. I hope you're enjoying the content. If there's anything you want to see me do, or you want to know about my collection, or my history in comics, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll definitely respond. Again, thanks for watching so much. CGC's hopefully going to get their stuff together and get me some stuff soon. We can go through some CGC stuff. But until next time, guys, thanks.